Okay, Excel chapter 1B, page 333, starting over into page 334. Let's go ahead and start Excel. And let's go ahead and start a blank workbook. And in A1, type in Profit Marietta. Hit enter to arrow down. Type in plyometric product inventory. Okay, and hit enter. Let's go ahead and save this. File, save as, computer, and we're going to choose our homework folder here. And we're going to save this as last name, first name, 1B, Plyo products, and hit save. Okay, in B3, let's put our cursor in B3, let's type in quantity. And let's tab over, we're going to type in average cost. And for those of you who are driven nuts by the fact that this spills over, we will address that later on. You're going to have to just kind of deal with that for now. Retail price, we will address that later on. Over in E3, we're going to type in total retail value. In F4, we're going to type in percent of total retail value. Okay, and let's arrow over to A4. And while I type this here, I'm going to give you a little break so you don't have to watch me type. Okay, so we have all of our text typed out in the bottom of the page 334. Put your cursor over on step 7 on page 335. Let's go ahead and change the width of column A to 215 pixels. Okay, 215 pixels, or as close as you can get to it. It should be a little maddening. All right, close enough. Okay, let's go ahead and grab A1 over to F1, and let's merge and center, and apply the title style. Let's grab A2 over to F2. We're also going to merge and center, and we're going to apply heading 1. Okay. All right. With A1, now the next part looks at spelling. If you notice that I misspelled power hurdle here, we've already used spell check in the first in Word, but let's go and review how to use that. Let's go to hit review, and let's hit spelling. You can see that we're going to ignore all. Okay, and then we're going to change, and that's it. Again, that's how you would use your spell check. All right, let's go ahead at the bottom of page 335, and let's select D4 over, B4 down to D9. What this talks about is typing by range. If you're the kind of person that works well with typing and data entry, this is actually a very useful tool. You can see how even though I have the entire area selected, this one cell here is darker. If I hit 125 on my keyboard and hit enter, it basically arrows down. You can then type in 1125, enter, 450, enter, 1105, and so forth. And I'll again take a little break so that you're not forced to watch me type this whole thing. Okay, and that's the last of it. All right, let's go ahead and save what we have. Okay, put your cursor over in E4. We're gonna put a formula in this cell that calculates this times this. So we're gonna hit equals B4 times, which is the asterisk, D4. Okay, and we're going to hit enter. Right, and then we're going to come up here. We're going to use our fill handle, and we're going to drag it all the way down. You can see basically what it does is it repeats the pattern. It repeats the pattern. Okay, and that's how you use the fill handle. Okay. So let's go ahead and save what we have. Okay. And let's go ahead and grab C5 all the way down to E9. Okay, and we're going to give that the comma style, which is right here, like so. We're going to grab the top row, and we're going to give this row, and we're going to give it the accounting style as well. Okay, and we're going to actually, I meant to give you all the way to the bottom, comma style here as well. All right, and we're also going to sum this up by putting our cursor here and clicking auto sum and adding that up. All right, we're going to come up to here. We're going to hit cell style, and we're going to go to total, which gives it both the comma style as well as the total style as well. All right, so that's we have our formatting. We have our formatting done. Okay, in this cell, we're moving out over to page 338. This cell, we're going to put a formula in this cell that gives us what percentage this is of this. So we hit equals E4 divided by E10, and we hit enter. That tells us that it's basically about 0.1% of the total, which we'll look at later on. Okay. Now, if you use your fill handle here to drag down, you'll notice what happens. We get these division. These are essentially errors, and the reason that is that way is I'll do that again for you. If you drag it down, what the fill handle does, it moves sequentially. So here it says E10 divided by E4 divided by E10. So this would be E4, E5 divided by E11. See, if you put your cursor up here, you'll see the cells that it references. So essentially, we need to stop that. We need to make this second number here constant, which refers to as absolute cell reference. So what we do, let's go ahead and get rid of this. We come up to this to here, put our cursor up here in the formula bar right by E10, and on our keyboard we hit the F4, the function 4 on our keyboard, and you can see what happens. It puts a dollar sign in front of the E and dollar sign in front of the 10. This time when we hit this and arrow bring it down, it works. See, you can see each of the different formulas, okay, accordingly. And that's how it works. That's called the absolute cell reference. Okay. Let's go ahead and save that and turn over to page 340. Now, what I want you to do is in this, put your cursor in B5. Okay, in B5, change the number to 995. And you'll notice that once you do that, everything changes. And that's really what it's just trying to show you. It's a formula. Essentially what it does is it changes it changes, as the numbers change, everything else changes. This number changes, the formula percentages change here as well. All right. Okay, let's try that again. Let's put a cursor in D8, and let's change D8 to 158.05. And again, you'll see as we change it, the numbers also change along with it. Okay. All right, put your cursor in B3, and in B3, type in. Okay. Okay, so let's go put our cursor up in A2, and let's go ahead and here, let's at the end of our here, let's add the word valuation. All right, and let's go down to B3, and let's hit quantity in stock. We're just changing the text that we have here in place. Okay, page 341 to 342. Let's go ahead and select F4 all the way down to F9. If you come up to our home tab in the number group, when we hit this percentage button, it gives us the percent. Okay, we can also increase the decimal places over here, like by doing this. So let's go out to 2 decimal places. So that basically changes to the percentage style and increases by decimal places, 2 decimal places. And let's go ahead and save what we have. All right, bottom of page 342, inserting and deleting rows and columns. Let's go ahead and select all of row 3 by doing this, like so. And we're going to insert. There's a couple ways we can do it. One is we can right click and click insert. Okay, that creates a whole new row. We can also come to here and click insert sheet rows. It's really no different. So we inserted a new row, and we click over into E11. We'll see that the formulas have changed to reflect the new range. Okay, put your cursor in A3 and type in as of September 30. Okay, We're going to merge and center this area here, and we're going to give it cell style heading 2. Okay. We also, did I go too that far? I didn't go far enough. Oops. So we're going to go all the way across. Sorry, merge and center, cell style heading 2. Okay. We also want to get rid of the retail price, so we can go. We want to get rid of this row. So we would select the D row. I'm sorry. We want to select the C row. Make sure I'm giving you guys the right information. Okay. And we're going to select. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. We're going to right click and we're going to insert here as well. Okay. We're going to go in here and put in warehouse location. Okay. Go ahead and hit Atlanta. We're going to type in Atlanta. And A, and then A, up here we're typing Marietta, M-A-R-E. If I hit M, we can use autocomplete to kind of speed the process up here. Okay. Now we also want to get rid of the D, because this D column, because it really isn't doing anything. So we would go ahead and select here, right click, and hit delete. That just gets rid of all the text here as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and save that and turn over to page 344. All right, now you can format the width of cells one at a time, or you can do them by group. So let's go ahead and select all of B. If we know, so B all the way over to F. So we have all the columns selected. Okay. If I put my cursor here in the middle and I change the size, as it says over on page 344, to 95 pixels, you can see they all change together. Okay, that's how you would change all of them. Now you'll notice that for those of you guys who this has been driving you totally crazy, go ahead and select this and go up to the Home tab and select Wrap Text. Okay, that wraps the text for you. I know that's been driving some of you guys nuts. We can also center it as well as middle align it. So let's go ahead and do that. And with B5 to D10, B10 selected, or B5 to B4 selected, just go ahead and hit Cell Styles and select Heading 4. Okay, and then let's select these guys here. We're gonna center them, and this is all just cosmetic. And we're gonna hit. Then we're gonna select A11, and we're gonna give it cell style here, which is I think 40 accent 1. Again, this is all just cosmetic stuff at this point. All right, and that's pretty much our document. The rest of the lesson does talk again about adding the footer, which we'll talk. Let's go to page layout, and let's go to margins, and let's go to custom margins, and we're going to center it horizontally on the page. We're also going to give it a header, or the header and footer, and go to custom footer, and we're in the left section. We're going to hit the page name. Okay, and most of this is review from the last lesson. Okay, we're also going to go to orientation and change it to landscape. Okay, and again, let's verify that it is set for horizontally. Set horizontally. Finally, let's go to File. Let's go to Show All Document Properties. For tags, we're going to put Pylo Products. Inventory. Okay. And that is the end of our lesson.